I just stumbled upon a mind-blowing fact: big tech can predict when you're about to quit your job with eerie accuracy. It's like they have a crystal ball, but instead of magic, it's fueled by predictive AI. You're probably wondering how they do it, and honestly, so am I. As I dug deeper, I found that it's all about data, the kind of data you're generating every day at work, from the emails you send to the meetings you attend. It's like leaving a digital footprint, and big tech is tracking every step. They've developed sophisticated algorithms that can analyze this data and identify patterns, kind of like a detective trying to solve a mystery. But what's really interesting is that this technology isn't just limited to big tech companies, it's being used in all sorts of workplaces, from hospitals to banks. And it's not just about predicting when you'll quit, but also about understanding what motivates you, what stresses you out, and what makes you happy. It's like having a personalized coach, but instead of giving you advice, it's giving your employer insights into your behavior. And that raises some pretty big questions about employee tracking and workplace data. Are we okay with being monitored all the time, or is it an invasion of our privacy? I mean, think about it: if your employer can predict when you're about to quit, they can also predict when you're about to ask for a raise, or when you're feeling unhappy. That's a lot of power, and it's not clear who's really in control. As I thought about this more, I realized that it's kind of like having a GPS tracker in your car. It can be helpful in finding your way, but it can also be used to track your every move. And just like you might turn off your GPS when you're driving to a secret location, you might want to think about how you're generating data at work, and who's using it. But what if you can't turn it off, because it's built into the very fabric of your job? It's like being in a relationship where one person has all the information, and the other person is just trying to keep up. And that's not a very healthy dynamic, is it? But at the same time, I can see why employers would want to use this technology. It's like having a crystal ball that can predict the future and help them make better decisions. It's a really complex issue, and I'm not sure what the right answer is. As I kept exploring, I found that some companies are using predictive AI to improve employee engagement and even to prevent burnout. It's like having a guardian angel watching over you, but instead of wings, it's got algorithms and data. And that sounds amazing, but it also raises questions about how far we're willing to go in terms of monitoring our employees. I mean, if we're tracking every move they make, are we still treating them like humans, or are we treating them like machines? And that's where things get really interesting, because it's not just about the technology itself, but about the values we're using to guide it. Are we prioritizing efficiency and productivity, or are we prioritizing employee well-being and happiness? It's like trying to solve a puzzle where the pieces don't always fit together neatly. But what if we could find a way to make it work, to use predictive AI in a way that benefits both employees and employers? But how do we get there, and what does it look like in practice? I think it's kind of like trying to find a balance between freedom and security. You want to give employees the autonomy to make their own choices, but you also want to make sure they're safe and supported. And that's a tough balance to strike, but I think it's worth it. As we navigate this new world of predictive AI and employee tracking, we need to think carefully about what we're doing and why. As I reflect on all of this, I realize that I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. It's like trying to grasp a big, slippery fish. But one thing that's clear is that big tech is changing the way we work, and the way we think about our jobs. And that's not always easy, but it's also kind of exciting. Because if we can use predictive AI to make our workplaces better, to make our lives better, then that's something to get really excited about. So as we look to the future, and all the possibilities it holds, I want to ask you, are you ready to have your employer predict your every move, or do you think that's a step too far? It's a question that gets to the heart of what it means to be human, and what it means to be an employee. And I think it's a question that's worth discussing, because the answer will shape the world we live in. As you think about this, I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I hope you'll join me on this journey into the world of predictive AI and big tech. If you're curious about the future of work, and the impact of technology on our lives, then you're in the right place, and I'm glad you're here to explore it with me.